Hello and welcome to the 22nd episode of Fractured Kingdom. If you have not subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time we release a new video. Also, because of an error in Corvus's Roll20 sheet last week, a couple of you get some extra HP, so Mari, you gain back 8 hit points, and Ash, you gain back 1 hit point.
Cool.
Wow, for a barbarian, I don't hit that hard.
With that out of the way, let us now begin. Last we left off, the Crown Gall failed in their quest to retrieve 2 relics, but the party did not have much time to linger in the worries about the impending fracture war because, the next morning on the 21st of Sunpeak, their party member Corvus returned, but he was not himself. Corvus's body was being controlled by the wizard Alabaster Stein. The party managed to knock out Corvus before teleporting with him to the kingdom's capital Lux. They spoke with the lawmaster Sheth, who led the party to the city's keep. There, they interrupted a meeting between Mari's father, Eldril, his rival, Criston, and Eastmarch University Dean Vendra, and also the king himself, King Maro Windsor. Mari's friend Atreya and the Queen Theowyn Windsor, soon joined the party as they explained Corvus's situation. Vendra chose an extreme and unexpected solution to stop Stein's control by killing Corvus. But while the half-orc was resurrected with all of his memories from before he met Stein, Corvus lost all of his memories from the past 2 years, and he did not remember any of the Crown Gall. With the party unsure of how to restore Corvus's memories, the discussions then turned to their turning fractures. The king stressed the importance of working together, and Vendra offered another extreme solution to stop the party's ward Emma from opening new fractures, an ability which Emma has struggled to control as her mind is being attacked by the mysterious hive mind force known as Nightmare Collective. Ori argued with Vendra, but the meeting ended when a messenger revealed that Emma lost control again in Anatoly, opening another fracture and killing several people, including 2 other deans from Eastmarch. The party teleported to Anatoly and tracked down Emma outside of town, but the distraught and tortured pyromancer surrounded half the party in a 20-foot tall wall of fire as another fracture opened and allowed a young red dragon to appear 40 feet above the flames of the fire. So now, with the new fracture opening and the dragon appearing, it is Ash who is first to react.
Ash is going to first sidestep a little bit. Then I'm going to bonus action cast Hunter's Mark on the dragon. And then I'm going to try to hit it with my longbow. 13 to hit.
13 will miss. While the arrow did hit it, it wasn't enough to penetrate its dragon scales.
And I'll take a second shot. And that's a miss as well.
While Ash was not technically surprised in game terms, he definitely was not expecting a dragon to suddenly appear out of the fracture and misses with his first 2 shots.
And that'll be it for my turn.
This looks bad.
So now, the dragon, seeing 4 people caught in a wall of fire, is going to fly...
Away?
Sorry. The character sheet was not loaded. The dragon had to double check the distance on its fire breath. But seeing it is 30 feet, it will fly up 30 feet above the people in the wall of fire and open up its mouth, causing everyone inside, that'd be Mickey, Ori, and Mari, to make dexterity saving throws.
Jeez Louise. Holy, can I use my inspiration?
Yes, you can.
Let's see if it goes any better.
There you go.
Oh, Mari!
Alright, you two get...
She doesn't make a dex save.
While Ori, feeling inspired, is able to move out of the way in time to avoid the brunt of the flames, Mari and Mickey take 54 points of fire damage.
Wait, but Mickey got 19.
That's 3.
Oh, yes, Mickey, sorry,
It's just me.
I misread the roll. Mari takes 54 points of fire damage, while Mickey and Ori take 27.
But what about Emma?
Is Emma up?
As the 3 of them look at Emma, she is still slowly moving, just barely opening her eyes, but it appears that she was completely immune to the fire damage.
Oh, good. Good girl.
And after that surprising revelation, it is now Corvus's turn.
So this thing's 40 feet in the air?
is now currently 30 feet in the air. It flew down a little bit to catch
30
everyone's
feet?
fire breath.
How tall is this wall of fire? Like, can I see the dragon from my vantage point right now?
It'd be 20 feet
Like,
tall.
is it within my line of sight?
I'd say yes.
Then I would like to enter my rage and chuck a javelin at it.
You got it.
Wait,
Make an
do I
attack
have-
roll.
Yes. I still have two javelins left. 16?
16 will miss, while the javelin, much like Ash's arrows, did hit the dragon. It was not enough to pierce through its dragon scales.
Okay, so since I used my rage, lets me add half of my movement, so I have 60 feet of movement. I want to try... Oh man, is this going to be a bad idea? I want to... Let's see, that's 25 feet to the tree, or 30 feet to the base of the tree. Can I climb the tree using my remaining 30 feet of movement and get, what, 15 feet up the tree? Did I do that math right?
Oh, that's right. Your movement speed's 40, so yes, that'd be correct. To be able to get 15
my
feet
movement
up the
speed
tree.
is 40. Alright, I'm 15 feet up the tree.
After chucking a javelin at the dragon that's hovering in mid-air, Corvus quickly climbs up a tree to get a better vantage point. And after that maneuver, we now go to Mickey.
Okay. 30. So I will cast Bless as a bonus action at second level, so it's 4 people. So
As a word of
but-
note, wall of fire is opaque, which means you cannot see through it.
Do I have to see them too? You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range, so I don't have to see them. Or if the wall's only 20 feet, so I use my thing and I turn into an angel and I fly up 20 feet and then I'll see them. So I'm like just behind the dragon.
Alright, what level are you casting Bless at?
Second level, so it gets 4 people. The other four folks. So y'all are blessed.
Are you going to use your Order Cleric ability? I'm blanking on the name. Voice of Authority.
That thing, yes. Wait, I keep forgetting that I have. Ash, can you?
Yep, I'll
Can
try
get-
to hit it with my longbow again. 27 to hit.
That arrow will hit. So after
Okay.
Ash feels the blessing empowerment from Mickey, after seeing Mickey fly up towards the dragon, Ash is able to get in a good shot on the dragon, finally.
So that's movement, action, bonus action, I am dead.
Okay, it is now Mari's turn.
This feels very against my nature because what I want to do is fly up and attack it, but if I fly up and attack it, I will die when it comes to my next turn. When it comes to the dragon's next turn. So I'm gonna move away a little bit from everybody so that we're not completely clumped up. And then I'm going to spend my action to lay on hands for 20.
Oh.
And that's my turn. Sorry, folks.
No, that was good.
After
You
Mari
can't
moves,
fight if you're not up.
After Mari moves and heals herself, it is now Ori's turn.
Great. So bonus action, I'm going to curse the dragon, and then I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
That will hit.
Nice.
And a second beam. Oh, dang it.
That one will miss. The dragon had its
would a
eyes.
17 hit if she did her bless?
No, 17 just missed. Its AC is 18. The dragon had its eyes on Mickey and was distracted, so Ori was able to hit it with her first Eldritch Blast, was prepared and dodged out of the way with the second one. Any movement for a turn?
No, I'm gonna stay by Emma.
Okay. After your turn, Ori and Mari see as the wall of fire, the flames are flickering up 20 feet high. Both of them see a small break form in the walls for just a moment. And the party eventually sees why, because popping out of invisibility is a short drow woman with long hair that's been dyed in orange ombre color.
What?
The party, Ori and Mari see Ori.
What?
What? Who are
This
you?
isn't good. This isn't good.
The second
Stop
Ori
that!
kneels down next to Emma as Emma slowly stirs and says, Ori?
No, no,
The second
no.
Ori looks at the first real Ori and begins to cast a spell.
Counterspell.
As Ori tries to counterspell whatever is happening, the second Ori counterspells your counterspell at a higher level, and Mori and Ori watch as Emma and the imposter both step through an orange arcane doorway.
What the heck is that?
No.
I mean, so if the doorway was here, well, I guess I use my reaction to counter, so never mind.
And after that happens, the wall of fire will disappear and drop. After Corvus and Ash realize that Emma is gone, it is now Ash's turn.
I'm going to bonus action steady aim, and then try to hit the dragon with sharpshooter.
Oof.
That's not gonna do it. Then I'll just try to hit it with a normal attack with my longbow.
Oof.
14 plus bless.
You need a 4.
Nope.
Oh.
While Ash tries to take steady aim, the flying target is still able to move out of the way and avoid his arrows.
That's it for me.
The dragon has his breath weapon back.
No!
I'm
I'm gonna die again.
It's not going to go after Ori. Instead, it is going to fly down so it's 20 feet up, staring right at Mickey. And with its mouth opening up, it lets out another 30-foot cone of fire straight at Mickey, which will also engulf the tree which Corvus is in. So Corvus and Mickey need to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, Mickey.
Oh no.
20.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
So while Corvus, with his danger sense, only takes 28 points of fire damage, Mickey takes 56.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, only 15. That's cool. No, you said 15. You said 15. You said 15.
It's 56.
So the bus drops, I drop.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no.
As Mickey drops, he fails one death saving throw as his body hits the ground.
Oh, jeez.
Mickey, no.
And after Mickey drops, it is now Corvus's turn.
Okay, so I've got 40 feet of movement,
Oh, boy.
and he's 20 feet
up
off
the ground.
I'm 15 feet up in the tree, so I only need to get 5 more feet up to be on a level with him. Here, let me tell you what I want to do. I want to get on a level field with him, and then run along a branch, jump off, and try and land on its back. Is that possible?
Let me double check the rules for a long jump.
If I have a 10-foot run-up, I can jump up to my strength score, so 18 feet. So I will leave it up to your discretion if there is 10 feet of branch for me to run and jump off of.
I'm gonna say you can find out if you want to, so...
I want to.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Okay, Corvus, make an athletics check.
I'm raging, so that's with advantage. 24.
Yes.
Oh.
The party watches as Corvus disappears among the leaves and branches within the tree, only to see him run back through one of the thick, taller branches before jumping, leaping in the air, and landing on the dragon.
Yeah!
So, does that count as a grapple attack then?
I'd say yes.
Okay, since I still have an attack remaining, I guess I'll make an unarmed strike. Reckless attack, unarmed strike at its eye or something. I'm gonna punch it somewhere. 23
That will hit.
or 8 bludgeoning. And did we decide? Does the radiant damage apply to this? I can't remember if you ruled
yes, it
that.
does.
Yes.
Okay, so 8 bludgeoning and 6 radiant damage on the dragon.
Gosh.
After Corvus runs and leaps through the midair and grabs onto one of the wings of the dragon, with his other hand, he's able to punch the side of the dragon as it lets out a loud grunt of pain. It's spinning around, trying to knock Corvus off of it. And after that daredevil set of moves, Mickey, make a death saving throw.
Yikes.
Come on, buddy. Hang in there.
Yes!
Ah!
Yes!
What?
Amazing.
Despite falling
Mickey!
unconscious, Mickey suddenly opens up his eyes through divine intervention and wakes up at 1 hit point.
Legend.
So, Mickey, you're prone on the ground. You can take your turn.
Can I fly without standing up?
Let me double check that ability to see if it would end if you fall unconscious. Doesn't actually say it ends if you fall unconscious, so I'd say, sure, you can fly 30 feet straight up, if you'd like, but the dragon is 20 feet up.
Okay. I'll get up to the dragon. He's grappled. I'll try and push him prone.
Oh, that's a save, not a check.
Oh.
I think it'd be the same for you
Oh,
as
what?
a strength
Okay.
check, since you're not proficient.
Yeah, it would be. So 15.
Oh!
Unfortunately, he's not able to push the dragon down to the ground.
Mickey, you mad lad.
What am I gonna do?
Heal yourself!
You still have your bonus action.
I can't. Yeah, but I can't heal a meaningful amount. No, I'll stay there. Oh, well, I took my action. Yeah, as a bonus action, I'll cast Bless again. At first level, so 3 people, me, Corvus, and Mari, and I will let Corvus do his thing again.
Okay, Corvus, make another unarmed strike if you'd like. That will hit with the bless.
6 more bludgeoning damage.
And I'm done.
The dragon looks just as surprised as Mickey, right as the ASMR flies up to meet the dragon in air once again. So now we go back to Mari.
So Mickey, how high up did you fly? 20 feet?
I'm at the level of the dragon.
Yes, that'd be 20
30
feet.
Okay, 20 feet, perfect. I'm gonna fly up and cure wounds you for a little bit. I don't like you being so low. So
It's like when he's doing 50 points of damage out of crack, one is the same as.
are you sure?
I'm sure.
Well, it could prevent you from taking negative. What's your hit point total?
60.
Okay, so you're probably not gonna take your negative hit points
Okay.
to instant death. So yeah.
Okay. Then instead I will fly up and to the dragon and hit it.
I love how much flying we got going on here.
That's a
Yeah!
crit. Great. So I'm gonna Divine Smite at a 3rd level.
Yes! That's what you do.
So that's another 31 radiant damage.
Yeah, it is. Oh, look at all those
Nice.
ones. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Not ideal.
But that's awesome. That's amazing.
You still get one more attack too.
Yep, and I'm gonna attack again. 26 to hit, 15, and I'm gonna smite at. Actually, what are my spell slots again? Okay, use a 3. Yeah, I've still got 2nd level spell slot, so I'll smite at a 2nd level for another 16. And that is my turn.
Mari sees the blood of this young red dragon dripping around its scales as it is now bloodied thanks to the 2 large smites from her longsword. After those harsh attacks, it's now Ori's turn.
So, question. I've heard. I should have brought this up before, sorry. But I've heard it argued that magic missile you only roll damage once because all the missiles hit simultaneously. Should I keep rolling them individually or simultaneous in one damage roll?
I'd say just roll separately for each dart.
Alright, then I'm gonna cast magic missile at 2nd level, so 4 darts, and you get my curse damage. And then I'm gonna quicken cast Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
Yes! Oh.
Oh no.
Hey, 1 hit. Another 12. We get casting Eldritch Blast is kind of fun.
Yeah, it's clutch.
The once confident young red dragon is now looking concerned as after the 2 harsh divine smites out of nowhere suddenly gets bombarded by several draining magic missiles along with an eldritch blast right in its face. Anything else for your turn, Ori?
I am gonna back up a bit actually. That's all.
After Ori moves back, she suddenly sees an orange portal appear next to her, which she recognizes as the teleport spell. And stepping out of it is one of the deans from Eastmarch, Vendra. As Vendra looks around and is shocked to see Ori standing right next to her, it is now Ash's turn.
What?
I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot an arrow at the dragon. 27 to hit.
That will hit.
And then get Hunter's Mark, Colossus Slayer, and Corvus is within 5 feet, so I get sneak attack for 14 additional damage, so 27 total. And then I will shoot another arrow at it. And that one misses.
Got so many nat ones on this freak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna actually drop concentration on Hunter's Mark and cast Healing Spirit, and I'll summon my Healing Fox Spirit right on top of Mickey.
Thank you.
So on your turn, you'll get a D6. At the
What's
start
the
of your
range
turn.
on that again?
60 feet.
Okay, I just couldn't remember if that was 30 or 60. So after Ash fires a couple more arrows, Mickey suddenly finds himself surrounded by the spectral fox of Ash's Healing Spirit. And after Ash casts Healing Spirit, Vendra is going to cast a spell at the dragon.
Get him.
As she casts a spell, the party watches as a dark storm cloud forms up ahead, and an ice storm in a 20-foot radius falls down right on the dragon, just barely missing Corvus. Because of this, the dragon will need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Cool. Silvery barbs.
Oh.
Dang it. Advantage to Mari.
Despite the silvery barbs messing with the dragon's concentration, he's still able to avoid most of the falling ice. The dragon will now see if he has its breath weapon back.
Ah.
You can't keep doing this to us.
The dragon is going to turn and look you right in the face, Mari. And in its deep, draconic voice, he's going to say, "Two can play at this game." And Mari, make a dexterity saving throw.
17.
That is enough. So you take 29 points of fire damage.
Okay.
After that, the dragon is going to attempt to fly away.
Oh.
If I have him grappled, can he still move? I mean, I
So,
suppose he can.
For the
but-
grapple check, I'm saying you are grabbed onto him, but you're not actually stopping his movement.
That makes sense because he's flying
Because
and
he's
I'm
flying and you're
Yeah.
not. But
Oh, that's
flying straight up will provoke opportunity attacks from Mari and Mickey.
I'm gonna take it.
You have advantage.
I think I had to use it on my save.
Oh, whoops, I missed that.
Yeah.
Didn't, but I. So 24 to hit for 8, and I'm gonna smite it. So 18 total.
How would Mari and Mickey like to do this?
Yes! Nikki, I'll let you have this one.
Yeah, your smite did it, so go ahead.
I think I'm just like so mad at this thing. And I don't like, quippy little one-liners thrown my direction. So I just channel all that anger, and just hit it like so hard that like I can feel as my sword goes through, like I can feel it like hit bone.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Right as Mari's sword swings up, splitting the chest of the dragon in half, the falling sacred flames only seems to cause the dragon's body to burst even more, as both Mari and Mickey feel the intense heat radiate out from the dying dragon. And as that happens, Corvus
Oh, Corvus.
will then
buddy.
fall to the
Can't even
ground in the
grab you.
middle of the bloody heap of the dragon and take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, hey!
Oh, okay,
That's
you're
awesome. Wow, that's epic. Corvus just rides that guy down like a surfboard.
I'll stay hovering here for... How long does your healing...
A minute. So you can have all of them.
And that's how many?
11 hit points.
11 hit points. Excellent. Thank you.
After the dragon falls, Vendra will look around, looking for something, then turn towards Ori and ask, "Where's Emma?"
I don't know. Some weirdo, something pretending to be me came through a portal like you just did, like a transportation, and just like said it was me, even though I was right there and Emma wasn't listening to me. Then she took her through the portal, or it took her through the portal, and I don't even know where they went. And I tried to counterspell, but then it counterspelled me, and I don't know. It's like it's pretending to be me, but it wasn't me, obviously, because I'm here. And then Ori begins to cry.
Vendra, not quite sure how to react to that quick crying explanation from Ori, will turn towards the rest of the party and ask, "Is that true? A magic
Yes.
user took her?"
You think I'm lying about this?
Someone who looked like Ori appeared in a teleportation door just like yours and then took Emma away. And I am going to... first
Actually,
level
Mickey,
spell magic.
let's have Mickey and Ori make Arcana checks.
I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic at 4th level on the fracture. 18?
You would have known, Mickey, that the teleportation spell that's the imposter Ori used, it was not the spell teleport, which you recognize by now from Maro using it and from Vendra just using it. It was a different teleport spell, but you're not quite sure which one. However, using Dispel Magic, Mickey is able to close the fracture. The party watches as the buzzing hum of arcane energy reaches a higher and higher pitch as it shrinks before, with a quiet pop, it suddenly disappears.
When you said Vendra teleported in, did you say it was also an orange? It was like an orange door when the person that took Emma, like an orange teleportation.
Well, when we
did you
used
also
that
say it was
helmet
orange?
Corvus had, that was orange too, right? That's just the school of magic, isn't it?
Okay,
Yes,
just checking.
yeah, Ori would know that orange is the color of most conjuration magic.
Okay. And Vendra, how did you find us and get here?
Yeah,
I
are you
was-
spying on us?
Not on you, on Emma, with a scrying spell.
Well, then you know where she is now. You can tell where she is now.
I had to end the spell in order to come here.
A little bit quicker, couldn't you have?
Vendra will glare down at Ori and say, "What did you do to stop the kidnapper, huh?"
We were a
Ori
little busy
glares
with
up
the
at
dragon.
Vendra. I tried to cast counterspell, but they counterspelled my counterspell. Were you not listening to my original story?
Well, I wouldn't have let such a well-known expected trick to stop me.
What?
Mari's gonna square up on on her and be like, take a step back, take it down a notch.
Okay, you can scry Emma. Do it again.
I will. Just not here. With that, the party watches as Vendra will cast a spell, and she casts Teleport again.
Can I go through her teleportation circle?
You cannot know.
Ugh.
I stab her.
She's
Unfortunately, Mari, you do not have the Mage Slayer feat.
Oh, this.
She's not my favorite person.
No. She's a real piece of something. Excrement, if you will.
Well, I'm gonna use my last 9 lay on hands to at least get myself back up to a quarter of my hit points.
Oh boy.
You guys took damage?
Yeah, Ash, I took a little bit of damage.
So I used one of my 2nd level slots to cure wounds myself, and I'll use a bonus action to get that spell slot back.
Mickey, can you scry on people?
What do I have ready? I've used all my higher level magics, so I can't scry per se, and I don't have the divination spells memorized right now, so I can't do that now.
The scrying spell also requires a focus worth at least 1,000 gold.
Ooh. Or he's gonna face plant into Mari and go, ow, when she hits her armor. And then go, I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do either.
And she might have gone back to
No
the
way.
university, I guess?
We're gonna have to. We have no way of following her.
We don't have any way of following either of them. Who was pretending to be me? What was that?
So I'll wave Ash over to where Emma was and where the fake Ori showed up, and see if we can figure out like if there's anything interesting about the footprints.
Yeah, sure.
I'll help him.
Okay, Ash, make a survival check with advantage.
31.
As Ash, with Mickey's help, looks down on the ground, Ash is easily able to follow a track of footprints through the ground. As Ash follows them, they appear to start roughly 200 feet away from you and end right where the person left with Emma.
Yes, because, well, I didn't see him, but I'm sure you would have told me, somebody, that they were invisible and they walked through the fire and all that. Then I can say, hey, it looks like they came from that way
Really?
before they teleported Emma away, or whatever spell, before they vanished, they came from whatever direction the footprints are from.
Maybe they didn't go that far. Can we follow the footprints?
Yeah, let's do it. I also, as we head off, I want to clap Corvus on the back and say, hey, it was good to have you back. I know you can't remember, but this was a good fight for us.
was the coolest thing ever coming up down that dragon. That was so wow.
Yes, it was quite fun.
The party rushes north, following the direction where the tracks came from. As they continue following them, they only get about 300 yards before the tracks suddenly stop.
So how far away were the tracks from where they teleported to, do we think?
I think these are the tracks leading towards the...
Yes, these are the tracks leading towards where you are.
Right.
You have not found tracks of where they went.
But like from how far away were the tracks ended to where they teleported into us from?
About 300 yards.
So if we can we do like a 300 yard loop around where they teleported away from and try to find a different set of tracks?
You can certainly try. Will take quite a bit of time, as that is quite a large area.
Guidance, Ash, if we're going to do that.
That's my only idea, unless we want to go confront Vendra and try to find her at the university.
So, from those tracks, does it look like it was Ori the Dark Elf boots or whatever you're wearing on your feet, or were there some other kinds of feet?
Yeah, if I compare my boots, my footprints to the footprints, are they very similar or not?
With that high of a survival check, Ash would know that it was from someone wearing boots of some kind, but they're definitely not Ori's boots. They're much more rugged, practical boots. It's also from someone a little bit larger than Ori.
Well, that narrows down the suspects.
Mm-hmm.
Not to a helpful amount.
Yeah, larger than me, oh boy. That'll be hard to find. I don't know, what do people think? Should we go back to the university? Should we try to find another set of tracks 300 yards away? Any thoughts?
Well, I need a rest soon.
Yeah. I mean, we think that the person that took Emma was pretty powerful, right? If they stopped your counter spell and did some sort of teleport spell, they have to be pretty powerful, so I'm guessing they wouldn't have reappeared anywhere near here.
But if they use a different spell than teleportation, would it be more limited for how far they could go? Maybe.
I mean, I don't know too much about spell casting, so at least that kind.
I don't know. I'm torn. It feels like staying out here is just going to be chasing our tails.
Yeah, our best bet might just be go back to Anatoly and see if anybody else knows anything, or anything else has happened.
Who is this person, and why are we trying to save them?
Oh, I promised you cared about her, Corvus. We all promised to protect her. You took that seriously.
I don't know her now.
Do you not care what your past you cared about?
I remember my past, and I care about it very much.
He doesn't remember future Corvus, from his point of view.
Well, you cared about her once.
One time you gave her a hug.
That was something.
I have given many hugs.
What? Really? Kind of not what I would have expected.
News to me.
Yeah. Where have been my hugs this whole time? So, we shouldn't just stand here. Should we just go back to Anatoly then?
Yeah, we gotta make a decision. I vote Anatoly.
Yeah.
I don't have any other ideas.
Okay. Do we have any... Can we teleport using the... Did we already do that twice?
We're not that far away.
Oh, we did that twice.
Yeah, okay.
Once to Lux, and then once to here.
Yeah, okay.
We did walk out of Anatoly from here. Leave on foot.
No, the party did run from Anatoly to get here.
Yeah.
So there is one charge left on the Helm of Teleportation.
Oh, there is? I thought Corvus used one to get to us.
You guys only used one. Corvus used one to get to you. You guys used one to get to Lux, but you guys took a teleportation circle from
In the
Lux to
armory.
Anatoly and then ran.
Yes, okay.
You guys ran from the armory in Anatoly to where you are right now.
Well, then I guess we could go back to Lux and see if Varol knows someone who could scry Emma for us.
Oh, maybe that's a better option.
Sounds
Or
good
if
to
Varol
me.
himself could scry her since
Yeah.
he's met her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I changed my vote to that.
because the Magical University of Magic is not helpful.
Probably
The two
not
people-
gonna want to see us either.
And the two helpful people there are apparently now gone.
They're not going to be sympathetic to keeping Emma alive. Maybe Alex Sr., but
I think we have to find her before they do.
yeah.
Corvus, will you continue to travel with us?
I will not. I will be going my own way.
We promised you lots of fighting. You got to kill a dragon.
There's plenty of fighting where I'm heading.
Where are you going?
That is personal.
This still seems like kind of a weird Corvus to me, I'm not gonna lie. Are we sure he isn't influenced by what's his face anymore?
You can make an insight check if you'd like, Ori. Even though Corvus is acting quite a bit differently, you don't think he's under the influence of any magical effects?
Alright. Well, if that's your decision, very well. But you're always welcome back to join us.
Before I go, you said that this person you're looking for,
Emma?
you said that I swore to protect her.
Yeah,
Yes.
we all did.
Did I swear the blood oath?
Yes.
Ori,
Wait.
Ori, make a deception check. Corvus, make an insight
I want to
check.
make an
heck.
insight check on that.
Oh, that's a 4. Oh no. Damn!
Corvus, you think Ori is lying about the blood oath.
Honestly, Corvus, I don't remember if you swore a blood oath. But I do remember that I do know that she's important. Emma was important to you.
You
If I
spilled
swore
your
the blood
to
oath.
protect her before. I don't know what the blood oath is, but you spilled your blood to protect her.
You would remember if you swore the blood oath.
I think when you get your memories back, you're gonna regret.
Then I will make you this offer now. If one of you swears the blood oath with me right now, I will follow you, and then you must help me with whatever
Done.
deeds I need to have done.
Done.
I'll do it.
Specify the deeds, maybe?
I don't know what this blood oath is, but I'll do it. For the Bash Bros.
Ash, do you carry a dagger?
I do.
I
Does
do
Ash
not.
carry a dagger, or does
Nope.
carry a
I
dagger?
don't.
Someone bring me a short blade.
I hand him the silver dagger that I have.
I will take the dagger and cut the inside of my palm, and then hand the dagger to Ash.
I'll do the same, and then I'll hand the dagger to Mari.
I think Mari feels like she's not necessarily wanted in this, so she'll just take a step back.
Before we do this, you must know that this is one of the few things that my people hold sacred.
I understand. Emma is sacred to us.
Then I will grab his bloody hand with my bloody hand and recite the blood oath to him.
What?
Under the eye of Deo, I swear this blood oath. From this day forward until the end of my days, you are my blood brother. My blood flows through your veins as your blood flows through mine. Your enemies are my enemies. Your kin are my kin. I will protect you. I will fight beside you. I will die for you. If I break this oath, my soul shall wander lost in eternity.
I'll repeat it back to him in Orcish.
Nice.
Ori's gonna think in her head, did y'all break a blood oath?
Ori listens, but there's only a moment of silence in her head before Malin will say, would it make you feel better if we said yes?
No? The
Then
truth would make
no.
me feel better. What does that mean? What does that mean, would it make me feel better?
Riddick will say, oh, ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about half the time. Hey, neither do you.
I'm gonna look at Ash right in the eyes and in Orcish say to him, I will follow you, brother.
Bash
I'll
Bros
follow you.
official. Alright, then we're gonna go to Lux. All of us.
Okay, with the party all standing within 10 feet of Mari, where in Lux is Mari going to try to teleport?
Roll study.
Yeah, is it harder to try and teleport like inside a building?
No, but if you have an associated object, you'd be able to make sure you land on target.
Do you still have any
that book?
books? Ori?
Oh, he took his book back.
Do you have anything, Mickey, that you would have?
I don't recall anything.
Well, I mean, I think we go for it anyways, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're familiar with the place, so it shouldn't be too difficult. It's just.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in that library.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, let's do it.
Okay, with Mari using the last charge in her helm to teleport, Mari, roll a d100.
This feels like a bad idea.
What good ideas do we have right now? Yeah!
2?
As the orange portal appears once again, everyone in the Crown Gall steps through it, and when they land, all of them are standing inside the small, dimly lit library in the basement of the Nortron Library in Lux. As everyone lands, everyone sees the elderly goblin Varol suddenly wake up as it appears he's taking a nap in his chair. He says, "Oh, Michaelmas and company, I'm so glad all of you are finally here."
Varol, can you scry? Varol, are you able to scry? Do you know a scrying spell?
Well, if I do recall, I have performed the scrying spell before. I'm not quite sure if I remember how to do it, but...
You need to scry Emma.
I'm sorry, who?
The girl we were traveling with before? You've met her.
Emma. Oh, yes, Emma. How is she?
Bad, that's why you need to scry her.
Oh, no, that's not good. Is there a more specific reason why I should scry on her?
Someone kidnapped her, pretending to be me.
Well, why would someone do that?
They want to use their sorcerer powers for evil.
Oh, well, that is most terrible indeed. If you give me a moment, I can see if I can... Just give me a moment to see if I can find a refresher book on how exactly to cast this spell. Now let me see here.
We can help you look for it. What's the book? Can I look for scrying books around here?
Sure, make an
Everyone look for
investigation
scrying
check,
book.
Ori. Ori has no idea where to look in this very messy library and does not find anything.
Mickey, find a scrying book.
Do I find a scrying book?
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. 14?
Okay.
After a few minutes, Mickey is able to find a tome relating to the arcane powers of clerics. As Varol says, "Oh, you found it. Wonderful. Now let me see here. Well, I'm
Put my
afraid...
hand on his shoulder and guidance him? Does that...
Well, I'm afraid I will have to wait until tomorrow before I can perform such a spell, and afterwards I would still require a mirror or some other reflective focus, such as a crystal ball or whatnot, that is worth quite a lot of gold, which I, unfortunately, am not quite able to pay for or afford on my current salary here in my current job. It would cost 1,000 gold.
Oh, we can do that.
Fine.
We can get that. Do you know anyone who would be able to cast it right now?
Unfortunately, I do not know, but speaking of right now, hold on one moment. As Varol slowly walks over towards his desk and picks up a very large tome. His back is strained a little bit as he's carrying it, then he holds it out towards you, Mickey. And Varol says, "You see, this is a collection of everything I've done in the last couple months of my research, everything you'll need to know about Rielis and copper dragons in the eastern hills." Rielis, by the way, is the name of the ancient copper dragon who holds the 2 relics you are looking for. And you should be careful traveling through the eastern hills, because that region is known to be the home of many giants.
We already met Rielis.
Oh.
Bro, we already talked to Rielis about the swords.
Oh, wait, you already found the dragon?
Yes.
Yeah.
He pranked us real good. He got us real good.
Oh, pranked by a dragon. That sounds like a marvelous tale. You'll have to tell it to me.
Yeah, sometime we will.
The thing is, he wouldn't give us the swords. He said that a fracture war needed to be declared before he'd consider giving them away to anyone.
Well, while that is slightly disappointing, it appears that he is not completely against lending out these swords to a couple of the church's paladins who may be worthy, so I will consider this a moderate success when I talk to the higher members within the church.
Do you have any information on the next artifact? Wasn't there one that would open portals? that we had to go.
Oh, yes, there is. I, in fact, found a couple of journal entries from Seal Ock, the Gith wizard who, as you might remember, had quite a lot of research on different relics, as over 200 years ago he theorized that a second fracture war would be upon us one day. In a couple of his notes, it appears that Seal Ock theorized that magical instrument which can open up fractures was assigned to a bard to hide somewhere, and Seal Ock theorized that the bard hid it in one of the inner planes, as he thought that would be safer than trying to find a hiding place in one of the outer planes.
Okay, well, that could be the material plane. Does that include the Feywild and the Shadowfell too, then?
Oh yes, so that would include the material plane, the Feywild, the Shadowfell, the ethereal plane, and the elemental plane.
Oh, that's all.
boy.
We should be able to survey those real quick.
Oh,
Just take a
wonderful.
couple
You'll have to tell me how your survey goes.
Oh,
How much information do you have about the flute so we can have that as a specific object?
Well, I'm afraid I do
In our
not
minds.
have much quite yet. It appears that Silok left many notes, and while I'm not fluent in Gith, that is the language that Silok wrote most of its notes in, and it is taking me a while to translate, but I'm going
I can
as
translate.
fast as
I
my
can- I
eyes
can
and fingers
translate.
will allow me.
I can translate. I have a spell for that. I can comprehend language. You can just give it to me, and I'll read it just like I'm reading Elvish or Common.
Oh, you do? That is wonderful, but when I copy over his notes onto something more condensed, I generally do not write them in Gith. I write them in Common, so I'm afraid that may not be fully necessary.
But if you have stuff left untranslated, I could just read it out to you in Common, and you could write it down faster than having to translate it yourself.
Oh, I understand. Yes, I do believe that would be faster.
Great. You know what? I could do that right now. If you all want to go find that mirror, I still have a spell slot for that. So we could get that information, and tomorrow we could be ready to find Emma.
Great.
I do have that 1,000 gold diamond, if you want me to give you that to trade for a mirror.
Silly question. Is a diamond, like, reflective enough?
It is not, no.
Okay. Just checking.
If only.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think we've got...
Yeah, you need a mirror, a crystal ball, or a font
Or
filled
the-
with holy
okay.
water.
Cool.
So I can hand the diamond to Mari or Mickey or whoever. And then, yeah.
Alright, let's go, shopping.
And Ori will stick around to help translate the last of the notes.
With the party minus Ori heading into Lux, where does the party go to try to find the required focus for the scrying spell?
So there was there was that shop that was closer to, like, the rich part of town that had more, like, magical-ish items, right?
I'm talking about
I mean,
the
there were
magic
two-
nook?
Or two
Would you-
magic shops, like, across the street from each other,
Yeah, go
Right.
over by the wizard's tower.
competing shops.
Yes. The enchanter's shop, the magic nook, and the apothecary, the wilting flower.
Would your dad maybe have a fancy mirror worth that much? We could just raid it from his place?
I don't know if I could get into his place. But
Break in. Rob him.
I'm not for a breaking and entering scene. I was just
I mean, we could...
like, give it to you, or you could buy it from him. But let's check out the enchantment stores first.
Yeah, let's check out the shops first. And if we strike out, I'll ask your old dad.
So the party heads on over to the magic nook. As the party walks into the small shop, the party sees standing behind the counter two figures. They see the teenage human girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. The party know her as the mute assistant to the dwarf standing next to her, Amber. Her long brown hair is tied back in a ponytail, and as Amber is saying something to her assistant, she'll turn around and give a big smile to the party who's walking in. As Amber says, Oh, good afternoon. It's been a while. How have all of you been?
It has, yes. We're as good as we can be. How are things here?
Oh, I suppose they are as good as they can be, too.
We are looking... I don't know, Mickey, maybe you can explain what we need more. We need a mirror or a crystal ball.
Yeah, a scrying device at the 1,000 gold piece price point. Do you have anything like that?
I do believe we might have something with that. Marta, can you go back and look? The girl will give a nod and smile and walk into the back. After she does so, Amber will reach underneath the counter and say, I actually just was traded something which a couple of you might be interested in.
Oh, yeah?
Amber pulls up from underneath the counter a curious-looking gold symbol, which appears to show two praying hands. Mari would quickly recognize it as the symbol of praise, the Archangel of Protection. Amber will say, this guardian emblem can only be used by someone of the faith, but believe me, it is well worth it, as it will help you protect those around you from let's just say devastating and potentially deadly encounters if you tend to run into those.
We've run into a few. And what exactly does it do?
Well, basically, the divine magic that is imbued within it, if you feel an ally is about to suffer a devastating hit, you will be able to use your magic within this emblem to lessen the damage.
Oh. And what are you asking for such a nice item?
Well, as it is rather unique, it is not going to be cheap, but I would be willing to part for it for, let's say, 600 gold.
Let's see here. We got a bunch of platinum last time, right?
I think everyone should have got 107, except for Mickey since he tipped the tailor when we teleported in there.
Yeah, that's a steep price, but I think worth every penny.
But it has to be used by Mickey?
No, it's mine.
Oh, you. Right,
Angel
because
Protection.
you're... Yes.
Price.
Clerics or paladins should be able to use it.
Yeah, I mean, unless, but it's not, if you feel strongly about it, otherwise I would for sure take it.
Yeah. No, if you're
Okay.
our protector.
Yes. Yeah, so I'll hand over the 107 platinum, so that brings me to 535, and then I have the rest in gold.
It'll only be 60 platinum, since platinum
Yeah.
is 10 gold each.
Oh, got it. Sorry.
Unless you want to leave that large of a tip.
Oh gosh.
I was thinking, I don't know, I was doing the math for...
After
Okay,
handing
cool. Yeah.
over 60 platinum, Amber will hand over the guardian emblem to you, Mari. So it has 3 charges, and you can use a reaction to negate a critical hit against you or an ally within 30 feet.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Nice.
Worth every penny.
It's at this point Marta will walk in from the back, holding a very interesting looking crystal ball. Looking at it, there appears to be a curious looking arcane symbol that's been drawn all the way around it. But she will hand it over to Amber, and Amber will hold it out to the party to inspect, and Amber will say, yes, I do believe this crystal ball should suffice for your purposes.
So do I recognize the arcane symbol?
Make an Arcana check. Mickey
I
does
don't.
not recognize it. And this will run you 1,000 gold.
We have a diamond worth 1,000 gold. Would you be willing to take that?
Make a persuasion check, Mari.
I would rather keep the diamond and
Or would you?
yeah,
Okay.
I'll pay 1,000 of my cash to. It was 1,000 gold, right?
Yes, 1,000. Amber will take the gold from you and then hand on over the crystal ball and say, well, here you go. Just so you know, it appears that, have all of you heard the news?
No.
Well, it appears that the king is set to make a big announcement this evening. Rumor has it that fractures are opening up again, and the king wants to get the kingdom prepared for war.
Oh. Well,
So
that
as you-
is interesting news.
Yes, and as you might imagine, that will put a strain on our resources, so our inventory may be a little bit tight in the coming months.
Interesting. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. We're not ever in town enough to hear the gossip.
Oh, you're welcome, but to be perfectly honest with you, you're not missing much.
Well, thank you again, and I'm sure we'll see you next time we're in town.
Oh, you are most welcome, and thank you.
And we hustle back to the library.
As the party steps out of the magic nook, all of them see a blue-skinned tiefling woman who's wearing hand wraps and a navy blue scarf wrapped around her neck. She's leaning back up against the side of the building right next to the front door outside of the magic nook. Her head is slightly leaning over to her left. As she's leaning back against the building with her arms crossed, she will look over towards Ash and say, "Hey."
Hey?
Ash recognizes her as one of the members of the Black Rose Thieves Guild.
What's going on?
Follow me.
Okay. Guys, I'll catch up with you later.
Okay, I guess.
I will come with you, brother.
The tiefling woman will roll her eyes and say, "That's not necessary, unless you want a repeat of what happened last time."
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you probably shouldn't come along. Last time you came with me, you don't remember this, they trapped you in a force cage or something, and you were stuck for like an hour. And you tried to punch your way out. You couldn't get out.
Then I will stay here and guard your friends.
Okay.
I will guard our friends.
Yeah, that definitely, like, there was a pang in Mari's heart with your friends.
The kind-hearted moment is suddenly broken by the very confused look on the tiefling's face, but she'll just roll her eyes eventually and then begin walking down the street before turning back towards Ash and nodding her head in the direction of where she's walking.
I follow.
With Ash walking off with her, the rest of the party... Oh, is Dash going with you, Ash?
If he follows me, I won't stop him. I won't tell him to go with the others.
If you don't say anything, Dash will indeed follow you. So with Ash and Dash going off with the tiefling, the rest of the party head back into the basement of the library here in Lux. Ori, make an investigation check with advantage. So using your comprehend languages, Ori, you are able to find a section of notes within one of Seal Ox's journals which mentions a female gnomish bard named Lorilla, who was apparently assigned with hiding the said musical instrument which would be able to open up fractures. And while you're not able to find where it is, it appears that Seal Ox did rule out the material plane. As he did quite an extensive arcane search to try to find its whereabouts. It is not on this plane.
Alright. So yeah, I just spend the time reading to Pearl.
And in the middle of your research, the party minus Ash and Dash will return with a crystal ball.
Where's Ash?
The Thieves Guild found him again, and he went off with them.
Okay.
I don't like how comfortable he is with them.
That is something.
Do we need to rescue him?
From himself, maybe.
I'll give the crystal ball to Virol.
Can I get a spelling on Seal Ox?
Oh, I will write it. It is a strange gift spelling, which is definitely not the name of a copyrighted D&D name that's just spelled backwards to avoid any legal complications that might arise.
No, I'll keep that in mind. Well, okay, where are we gonna stay the night? Can we find somewhere in the city? You don't have any, like, we couldn't, like, what? I know this might sound kind of weird, but we couldn't just roll out our sleeping bags on the floor of your office, could we?
Well, I certainly do not mind the company, although there is quite a long walk towards the closest chamber pot room. So I'm sure there'd be much more comfortable places that would be more convenient. But if you do insist, I'm sure we can shuffle away some of the papers on the floor to make room for your cots.
Is there anywhere nearby that we could stay at? What time of day is it right now?
By now, I'd say it'd be in the evening.
Alright.
There's gotta be a million places to stay.
Probably. Or just looking a little frantic around the eyes, like, but if we sleep here, we can do the scrying first thing in the morning.
Well, we have to wait for Ash to get back. How would he?
Ah!
Oh yeah, he doesn't even know where we are. Well, I guess we're staying here.
Because we're sleeping here.
And as the party is discussing their sleeping arrangements for the night, we're going to take a 5-minute break. So while the rest of the Crown Gall are discussing their sleeping arrangements, Ash walks through the streets of Lux with the tiefling, and after getting close by the large canyon in the middle of the city, Ash will see 2 other people walk out from around the corner, walk out from an alley. As both of them stand behind Ash, the tiefling will say, "Sorry about the bump. How many hit points do you have right now, Ash?"
Full 60.
As Ash feels himself get a little bit drowsy for a moment, he's able to shrug off the effect though, and the tiefling will stop and turn around to look rather surprised over at you, Ash. And she'll say, guess you finally learned, before one of the other people standing next to you will put a dark hood over your head.
Okay. Yeah, so I know they're the Thieves Guild, right? Because I recognize the tiefling.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll just let them take me, I guess.
With Ash being hooded, he is led through an alley in Lux before heading down somewhere. And after at least 20 minutes of walking through several twists and slowly descending further and further underneath the city, Ash is eventually stopped. And as the hood is lifted off his face, Ash finds himself standing in the large room in the Black Rose Thieves Guild's headquarters, the Garden. This time, there's not as many people as there were before, but standing behind him, he does see 2 people. The tiefling woman, who is now back to having red skin, and as he looks, it appears that her right horn has been sawed off at one point, causing her head to lean over to the left. The other person standing next to her is your quote-unquote handler for the guild, Nock, who's wearing her signature feathered cap, which you know is a special disguise hat which she uses. But over on the far side, Ash sees the tall elven man, the guildmaster Trip, who is leaning back very casually in the large kingly throne. And on the floor next to the throne is a bronze-scaled dragonborn man who appears to be chained up and gagged.
Been a while.
Trip will stand up and stretch his arms and say, Yeah, been a while. Why don't you come a little closer? Don't mind them, they're just making sure we'll have some privacy for this conversation.
You can stay there, Dash.
Dash will then turn to look over towards Tiefling and give a little growl, apparently not liking her. But Trip will walk over and put an arm around your shoulder and say, So, how was your little vacation down south?
I'd say it was hardly a vacation. You're dealing with fractures galore, dragons, a siege of a city, you know, a whole bunch of fun stuff.
Oh, it sounds delightful, but you know what I missed about all that?
You probably didn't miss any of it. Well, I guess you missed all of it because I didn't see you there.
Yeah, you did not see me there. You also did not tell me you were going there.
I didn't realize I was a full-fledged member already.
Oh, you're not, but you see, do you know what the common thread is in every organization and group which eventually breaks apart? It's not egos. Well, I mean, it is mostly egos, but the next biggest reason why all that stuff happens is miscommunication.
Oh, I was gonna say greed.
Yeah, everyone's greedy. But no, miscommunication. And you see, while I'm not against you and your pals running around causing riots everywhere you go, you see, us as a guild can capitalize on said chaos that just inevitably gets attracted to everywhere you go. And giving us a little heads up so we can capitalize on such events would be greatly appreciated.
Understood.
Trip looks at you for a moment and says, What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking you brought me down here more than just to scold me for leaving town without telling you.
Well, you are right about that. So, you talked about becoming a full-fledged member of the guild. You still want to do that, right? You're not just pulling our chain?
No, I'm not pulling your chain.
Alright, well, I have something which you can do which will help out both of us.
Okay.
Trip will lead Ash over to the Dragonborn who is tied up on the ground, for Trip suddenly pulls a dagger out, seemingly out of nowhere, and reaches it down towards the neck of the Dragonborn. The tied up man leans his head back away from the sharp point of the dagger, but Trip does not use it to attack the man, but just uses the tip of the dagger to lift up a necklace that's hanging around the Dragonborn's neck. As Trip does, Ash sees a crescent moon hanging down from the necklace, a symbol which Ash recognizes from the cave the party was just in. And Trip will ask Ash, "Do you recognize this?"
Yeah, it looks a little familiar.
Trip doesn't say anything for a moment, and then says, "Do you care to elaborate?"
Which cave was this again? I am trying to remember.
The one that Raelis sent us into with
Yes, the one with the frog hemoth and the ghouls and ghasts.
with
Oh.
Berman.
Yeah, there was some undead ghouls and ghasts and frog hemoth. Some sort of ritual in a cave.
It was also the
Saw
demon.
that symbol?
It was also the archdemon Umbra that Berman's character was theorizing about and talking to us about.
Sure. I'll say everything that I would have known, I guess.
Trip will nod and say, an archdemon. That's interesting. So, you're not exactly a fan of them then, are you? Of course not. I mean, you're part of the best up-and-coming adventurers party in the kingdom. I mean, you just had a personal convo with the king. Not many people get invites to that.
I wouldn't say we're up and coming.
Oh, you think you're already here then?
No, I'm just saying we're an adventuring party. I don't think we're the best. I don't think we're the worst.
Well, whatever
Well, we're
makes you sleep
definitely-
better at night.
No, we're definitely more competent than the Kingsmen, from what I've seen.
That doesn't take much. Although there are a few that will surprise you, so you can't keep your guard completely down. But the reason why I bring this up is because this guy here apparently had the bright idea to double-cross us and be a triple agent for his little group. So, would that be a triple cross? I don't know. At any rate, he tried to feed information to both sides for his own personal gain. Not quite sure where his true allegiance is, probably just to himself. Now, I actually gotta give him credit, for such a bold strategy. Although thinking he could pull that past the guild, well, it's his mistake.
I could see that.
Yes. Unfortunately for us, he was pretty tight-lipped over what exactly his group actually does and what it's actually trying to do. But fortunately for us, Larceny was able to look into his head and read his thoughts, and she found some pretty interesting things about their little group.
And what kind of information would that be?
Well, their leader is apparently a drow woman with really long white hair that's in a bunch of braids, which pretty much doesn't rule out anyone except for your drow friend in your party, because she's apparently the only drow crazy enough to dye her hair. But the other interesting thing is it appears that they had some great interest in Miss Emma Elan.
A lot of people seem to have interest in her.
Trip looks at you for a moment, Ash, and then says, "Well, I can assure you the guild does not have any ill intentions towards her. In fact, we've actually been helping her. I may or may not have sent a couple members of ours down to Anatolia to help control the effects of the fractures, because remember what I said? Big bad events and chaos, it's not completely bad. We can capitalize on some of them, but there is planning which needs to be done beforehand to fully capitalize on the potential capitalism."
So, I don't suppose the people you sent to Anatolia have the ability to disguise themselves as drow in my party and teleport away with Emma in tow?
Oh, they definitely have the ability to do that, but no, none of them did that. We have no idea where she went.
Okay. Had to ask.
However, it appears that this fellow over here may have a clue on her whereabouts, or at least know someone who might have a clue on her whereabouts. It appears that him and a few of his cohorts, companions, I guess cultists for random Umbra demons, I don't know. Anyways, they apparently had a safe house here in Lux in the Northern District.
Can you tell me where that is exactly?
Oh, I can tell you exactly where it is, but since you do want to become a member of the guild, I'll tell you what. You see, their organization has disrupted our organization, and our organization is not going to stand for that, so you take care of this little, let's call it this little Umbra problem, since I guess that's the name of random archdemon. I don't know. You take care of this little problem for us, and I think we can find room in our roster for another archer. What do you say?
Sure.
Wonderful. Did you want to try to have a crack at the old Dragonborn over here? You can if you want. I doubt you'll get anything out, but it might be exciting to watch you try. At which point Trip will walk around you, then walk back to the throne and sit down.
Sure. Hey, Dash, come here, boy.
Ruff, ruff.
And then I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals, and then I'm just gonna tell Dash, when I give you the signal, I need you to bark at this Dragonborn guy tied up. Can you do that for me?
You just want me to bark at him?
Yeah, like real mean.
Oh,
He's
mean.
intimidating.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can do mean.
Like he's a bad guy.
Oh, you'll never see a meaner barker than my meanest barker.
Okay. I'm gonna take the gag off of the Dragonborn. And I'm just gonna simply say, tell me what you know.
Make a persuasion check, Ash, or intimidation.
They're about the same.
The Dragonborn looks up at you with a very defiant look in his eyes, but does not say anything.
Oh, maybe you didn't understand. It wasn't really, wasn't asking nicely. I need to know about your leader, and then I'll kind of wink at Dash to have him kind of lunge at him and bark intimidatingly.
Dash will lunge at the guy, and after giving one bark, the Dragonborn will glare at Dash as Dash just, his eyes fall down and Dash slowly backs up, completely out-intimidated by the Dragonborn.
He's such a good boy.
Alright. Guess if that's how we're gonna play it. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you're not gonna give any more information, I guess there's no use in keeping you around. I'm just gonna start walking away. As I'm walking away, I'm gonna pull an arrow out of my quiver, knock it into my bow, and then when I'm, 30, 40 feet away, I'm just gonna turn around and I'm gonna try to aim it, if he's kneeling on the ground, like right between his legs, and try to shoot it right at the ground.
Make an attack roll.
Oh!
Perfect.
The arrow perfectly shoots between his legs and bounces off the floor right underneath him before it bounces up and hits the wall behind him. Make an intimidation check with advantage, Ash.
Oh.
The Dragonborn, while not looking quite as confident as before, will yell out, "There's nothing you can do that will stop him."
I'll be the judge of that, and then I'll leave.
As Ash walks over towards the exit, the Tiefling and Nock will stop him for a moment. Nock will give Ash an unhappy look before saying, "You still have that sending stone?
Yeah,
Well, use it every once in a while."
will do.
The Tiefling will then look at Ash and nod her head towards the exits. After Ash takes a few steps, he suddenly feels Nock put a hood over his head.
Is this really necessary?
The Tiefling will say, "Until you become a full-fledged member of the guild, yes."
I could probably just retrace my steps and track my way back here, right?
Do you really think it's that easy?
I mean, you tell me.
Would you rather we knock you unconscious and carry you out again?
No, I prefer not.
Good, then shut up, and this won't take as long. Ash is led once again out of the guild hall. As he's walking out, he does hear a couple snickers, a few people whispering. Make a perception check. With the hood on, you're not quite able to really hear what people are whispering about. But after this time, it's about another 30 minutes from your best guess until you're eventually led up. You definitely know you were led out a different way from how you came in. But after the hood is lifted up off of your head, you find yourself standing in an alley in Lux. Dash is with you, and the tiefling woman is back to her blue-skinned illusion.
Guess I'll be seeing you around.
Guess so. With that, she'll turn and walk down the alley away from you.
I suppose I will just make my way back to the library, since that's where I assume everyone is.
When Ash and Dash finally return to the library, he sees that the rest of the party have begun to set up their sleeping rolls.
Oh, hey guys. Are we staying here tonight?
Oh, we weren't
Yes.
sure when you'd be back or how long, we didn't know how long you'd be, and we figured it'd be easier for you to just find us right here.
And it'll be easier to describe first thing in the morning if we stay here.
Okay.
What did they want?
Oh, they just had some information.
I forgot to say, the tiefling woman did give you the address on the house.
Okay. Yeah, so they had some information about the archdemon Umbra, the crescent moon necklace that we saw, or that crescent moon symbol that we saw
What?
in the cave.
What kind of information?
They know about the leader being a drow woman with gray hair and braids,
White hair.
white hair, and they have a compound, a hideout here in Lux, in the north part of town. And then I've got the address right here.
Do I know any drow woman with significant trade choices?
Make a history check.
Oh, 7.
Ori knows that she has seen a lot of drow women braid their hair. That does not narrow it down at all for you.
Oh, real helpful. Braids. Great.
Well, it's more than we knew before.
Yeah. They also said they had some people down in Anatolia when all the chaos was happening around Emma. They were keeping an eye on her for their own personal gain. They don't really want anything to do with her, per se. They just want to capitalize on the chaos. They don't know where she is, and they aren't the ones that took her.
And we believe that?
Yeah, they're not they wouldn't be in the business of kidnapping Emma, I don't think. They just want to be near when fractures are open so they can make money.
Can you refresh my memory? You have not told the rest of the party that you're essentially pledging?
No.
Okay. So I think Mari would ask, why are they sharing all of this with you? They don't seem like a kind of group that would share information for nothing.
Basically, right now our relationship is just information sharing.
What have you been telling
They want to
them?
know things,
Yeah.
and they just want to know stuff.
What's
Like
up?
I said, well, they want to know when chaos is happening, or if they ask me to, I ask them for information, they'll ask me to look into something.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, make an
Like-
insight check. Mari and Ash, make a deception check.
Yeah!
Oh,
Mari at this point has been
no.
with Ash a long enough time. Mari can definitely tell that there's something Ash is not telling everyone.
You're not telling us everything. What are you not telling us?
Nothing.
Corvus is going to start pulling out some rations just to have something to eat to enjoy the show.
So you're
Maybe a
just
little popcorn?
you're just sharing information for no reason.
But you're not
Because
even being
they're-
that specific about what information you're giving back to them.
They haven't asked for much yet.
Yet.
And they've given you this much for nothing in return?
I mean, they'll at some point want to know more when they need it.
And you're just okay with sharing that information without knowing what it's going to be or what it's going to cost. And you're okay doing it without consulting the rest of us?
If it helps us get Emma back, yes.
But you were doing this before we lost Emma. Don't like this. I don't trust them. You're making it a little bit difficult to trust you. And then Mari's just going to go, get ready for bed.
I'm gonna go stand next to Ash and say to him, I trust you, brother.
Oh boy.
Thanks, Corvus.
Dash is gonna walk up right in front of you, Ash, and lay down on the floor right in front of you.
Ori's gonna set up her bedroll like next to Mari's and be like, there's something I should talk to you about, like really quiet. But maybe after we get Emma figured out, okay? Just don't let me forget. It's been kind of slipping my mind.
Okay. Is everything okay?
Well, as okay as they can be right now, I think. It's
Okay.
not anything worse at the moment. It's not
Okay.
it's not entirely relevant yet, so it can,
Whenever you're ready.
I will have been putting away the books and straightening up throughout this, just paying no attention at all.
Hey, to the backup, Mickey! You don't care that Ash is getting involved with the Black Rose?
It doesn't register with me at all. Were you guys yelling that loudly?
Oh yeah, I would have been.
I think we were talking with raised voices a little bit.
Mickey would have definitely known they were talking about Ash's involvement with the Black Rose.
Okay. I have faith that his interest that he expressed in the church will have come around and that he'll get his act cleaned up.
Oh, you say? Did you just say that?
Would I have? I don't think he would have. He would have just ignored the whole thing, knowing that it's gonna be all right.
Unbelievable. When Ori gets into her sleeping bag with a huff.
Is there anything else the party would like to do before they begin a long rest?
So I do want to, at some point soon, set up with Ori some kind of a hand signal that we can do for...
Telepathic speech?
Yeah.
Ooh! She sits back up. I do like that, actually.
So whatever our little secret hand signal is, set that up to, like, check them out!
Yeah. When we practice the signal, Ori will say into Michaelmoss's mind, after all of the grief you gave me for the gestures, you don't even care that Ash is getting involved with a known criminal element. It's a little rich. And then she flops back down in her sleeping bag.
Can I talk back?
Yeah, you can talk back.
You know, you're getting involved with your soul, but he's just little meddling, dipping his toes in the physical, the material world. He'll correct himself.
Our actions in the material world have no bearing on our soul? Is that what you're telling me?
When you're going soul deep, you know, that's very imminent, very, very profound. The mortal flesh will sometimes be weak and will return to the path.
Okay. And then Ori severs the connection so you can't say anything else to her telepathically.
Mari would definitely take a moment to affix her new emblem to her armor.
So pretty. Oh yeah, Ori definitely asks about that and like gets the deeds. It's like, wow, that's so cool.
And with that, the Crown Gall begins their long rest. However, in the middle of Ori's trance, she feels the weight of the entire situation with Emma fall upon her. And as she opens her eyes, she does not find her trance has ended. Instead, she finds herself standing in a tall, dark cave somewhere in the Underdark. As Ori feels this sense of fear and dread slowly swell up within her, it is temporarily stopped when she hears Riddick on her right side say, "What happened? You're doing so good. Why are we back in your nightmares?"
I didn't choose this. I'm sorry, I'm a little stressed out about Emma and all the people who want to kill her or use her for evil.
Ori suddenly hears a female voice say, "She's right. She did not
What?
choose this. I
What?
did." And as she looks over, Ori sees a tall drow woman with long white hair reaching down to the back of her waist, despite being braided. She's wearing a very peculiar looking black and gray set of robes. As Ori looks, Ori recognizes the crescent moon charm bracelet on her right wrist and the cold, dark gray eyes staring back at her. As Ori sees, this is her stepmother, or rather former stepmother, Ursa.
Ew! Can I cast Eldritch Blast at her?
Yes, you can.
Great. 2 beams. Fresh and hot.
That one will hit.
Oops, I forgot to uncheck curse damage. That's just 10.
The second one will miss.
Dang.
With the first Eldritch Blast shooting out, it hits Ursa right in the stomach. But after being surprised by the first Eldritch Blast, she's able to dodge out of the second one. Afterwards, Ursa will give a big, toothy smile, which you obviously know as a fake smile, despite being so convincing, as she says, "Is that any way to treat your stepmother?"
You lost any right to refer to yourself as such. And there's plenty more where that came from. Get out of my head!
Oh, but why would I do that when I know you will want to listen to what I have to say? The Jesters awkwardly look back and forth between Ori and Ursa.
We'll give it a go and we'll see what happens.
How much do you remember about your mother?
Enough to know that I don't care to hear anything you have to say about her.
Oh, but you see, that's where you're wrong.
Or he just kind of like bares her teeth at her, but doesn't try to stop her anymore, but doesn't like prod her to continue.
You see, Aurora was not just any dark elf. She was a chosen dark elf. And so
What?
are you, and I, and your sister.
What? I've never heard of that before. What? Chosen by what?
Chosen by what?
Who?
By the Force who will lead us to the new paradise.
Right. Do I know anything about New Paradise or like chosen
Make
dark
a religion
elves?
check.
This will go well. Oh! Yeah.
Ori would know that Prada, the name of the continent, does actually mean paradise.
Yeah.
And that Deo did intend for the material plane to be a paradise for everyone to live in peace.
Are you trying to say chosen by Deo?
No, by something that will actually accomplish what Deo cannot. After saying that, Ori and the Jesters see entering in through the back part of the cave behind Ursa is a giant, dark, pitch black, shadowy force,
No.
which Ori recognizes from her nightmares.
I want nothing to do with that. That is a false prophet if I ever saw one.
How long do you think the kingdom and society will last before everything devolves into chaos? Dale already tried flooding the plane of all evil and ridding it of everything that was corrupting this plane, but it failed because he did not do it properly. Umbra can.
Umbra is evil. Umbra doesn't want to get rid of it.
Umbra recognizes the hard truth, the truth which I recognize too, that it's survival of the fittest, and you have been chosen to survive.
Great, and I will
You
choose the
chose
manner in
yourself
which
to
I do
survi-
so.
You chose yourself to survive. You found your way out of the Underdark.
Mm-hmm. True. And I will continue to choose for myself how my life will proceed. And it's not with you or that thing. Umbra.
You can try to run from your destiny all you want, but your destiny will not run from you. It's at this point the Jesters will step up and be like, "Alright, let's just all take a deep breath." At which point the shadow lets out a strange rumbling noise, which causes the Jesters to grow a little bit weak in the knees, but then Malum will turn back towards Ori and be like, don't worry, we got this. We're prepared this time. At which point, Malum will reach into a small pocket in his costume and somehow pull out a blue crystal ball with a strange arcane pattern on it. And after yelling out a word in Elvish, the crystal ball suddenly glows with a very intense light. At which point the jesters put on dark spectacles and look at you, Ori, and say, "You might want to put on your polar eye spectacles."
What?
Riddick will turn to look over towards Ursa and say, "Yeah, that's right, we got a drift globe." Malum will say, "Yeah, it even floats." And with another Elvish command word, the brightly glowing crystal ball suddenly floats in midair. Riddick will say, "Ha! How about some daylight, you evil, shadowy thing?"
Is this working?
Make an insight check. You see, Ursa looks completely unimpressed.
Well, good try, fellas. Can you just take me out of here like you've done before with my dreams?
Ursa will say, "Oh, we're not in your dream, you're in mine." And after saying that, Ori and the Jesters watch as part of the shadow suddenly moves forward and takes on a humanoid shape, which grows and grows until it takes on the form what can only be described as a demonic creature standing well over 20 feet tall with hooved legs. Its tall, lithe form is ripped with sinewy muscles. Its hands have long claws. Its head has two large and long curved horns. And its eyes, even though the entire creature is black, its eyes have a dark blackness, which is total darkness. As this creature leans forward towards Ori and the Jesters, its mouth opens up. It lets out a loud, deafening roar, which causes the drift globe to crack before it falls down the ground into hundreds of pieces. At which point, the Jesters will awkwardly look down at the destroyed drift globe, and then Malum will say, "Yeah, you're on your own with this one." And with a loud poof, the Jesters are gone.
Was I right?
No. They're just cowards. They're not evil.
Ursa will say, "Do you still want to try to run away from your destiny?"
Do I see like the boundaries of this cave?
Make a perception check. You do not actually see the boundaries of the cave. Looking around you, you see several stalagmites which have grown into stalactites and form natural columns which appear to be holding up the ceiling of the cave. We do not actually see the walls of it.
How high is the ceiling?
Ceiling is roughly 30 feet tall.
Never mind, that would work. Ori just takes a deep breath and says, "Yes. Your destiny can shove it."
With that, the giant shadowy form will point one single finger towards you, Ori. Ori, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, jeez. Oh, good grief.
So, Ori, you take 42 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And as you feel...
Did I heal? Did I heal from my rest or no?
Not yet, no.
Great. 4 hit points.
And as you feel this dark sense of dread wash over you, you are now paralyzed in your fear. And as the giant form slowly walks over closer and closer towards you, it reaches a hand out to grab you. But before it even reaches you, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my gosh.
As the creature walks closer to you, you feel this intense, draining aura all around it, as you feel your life force being sucked out of you. And the last thing you hear, before everything fading to black, is Ursa saying, "I'll see you soon, daughter." And with that, Ori wakes up, and it is morning in Lux.
Did I get a long rest?
Yes, you did finish a long rest.
Ugh.
Although everyone looking over at Ori will be surprised she actually slept through the entire night and has a cold sweat.
What's going on? You never sleep.
I know the woman. in league with Umbra. She wants me in on it. And she was able to pull me into her dream, I guess. And I think that was Umbra that I saw.
Who is it?
Her name's Ursa. She was married to my father for a while. We ran away from her. That's why my family's in Petra. And not Foss Canyon anymore. Or they were in Petra, now they're in Anatolia, because they had to move again!
To run again. Oh no.
I think Ori just kind of like puts her head in her hands and is like, I assure you this Umbra's a much greater threat to my spiritual wellness than the Jesters, Mickey. And I don't know. It was... I said no, but... It was like I could cast spells and like I could hurt her and she could hurt me, I don't know.
In dream? While you were dreaming?
I mean, I feel fine now, but it really felt like I was hurting her and it was hurting me.
It's some pretty powerful something.
Yeah, I don't. And they want Emma for something. They want to bring the new paradise or whatever. Survival of the fittest kind of malarkey. They want to cleanse this world or whatever, which is obviously baloney, but I don't know. And she's just like slowly like massaging her temples and like not looking anyone in the eye right now.
This is certainly a wrinkle.
I guess she must have Emma. That must be it. Wherever Emma is, wherever we're gonna need to go, she's gonna be there. And she called me chosen, and I'm supposed to be part of this plan. And like my mother was chosen too. I don't know.
Does that ring any bells with me?
Mickey, make a religion check with advantage because of your background.
18.
You do not know anything specifically on this, but you wouldn't know what Ori remembered about how Deo created the material plane to be a paradise. And you would also know that there are many within the church who still believe that the material plane is still a destined paradise, which will achieve peace one day.
But nothing about chosen ones.
Nothing you know about chosen ones, no.
Can we scry Emma now, please?
As the party looks over to Varol, it appears that Varol is still sleeping in his chair.
Oh, he doesn't even have like a bed? Oh, jeez. We gotta get this guy a bed in here at least. Some kind of cot.
Should we wake him? Or let him sleep a little?
Or we'll say like gently, like not like just like Varol? Varol?
Varol will say in sleep,
Don't worry, I can do this. And then I will flip his chair over.
Oh no! Oh no!
After flipping his chair over, Varol will fall down with a loud, hard smack with his head hitting the floor. He'll just be like, oh, ow, ow,
Oh, Varol, oh!
Oh no, are you okay?
Oh, no!
well, no, I do not feel okay. Oh, my head is just the worst. Oof.
He still has to be able to scry! You need his head for that!
Yes, I do suppose I still need my head to scry. In fact, I need to have a working mind to cast all of my spells.
If we need his head, I could just remove it for you.
What? No, that's not what I meant!
Oh,
He needs
no,
his
I
head!
think I guess I should be more specific. I need my head to be on my body and in a useful working manner in order to cast scrying and other such spells. Varol continues rubbing the bump on his head as he says, speaking of which, do you have the spell casting focus required for scrying?
I'll give him the crystal ball.
Oh, wonderful. Now, let me see here. The party waits as Varol begins casting scrying. After about 10 minutes,
I was gonna say, Ori has that doll Emma helped make. if that would count as a possession for the scrying. Emma may be a doll.
Well, it certainly should not hurt or make the spell less likely to work, so I will definitely use this for the spell.
Okay.
After about 10 minutes of the party nervously waiting, Varol will stop casting the spell and say, "Well, that is most interesting."
Oh no. Is it blocked? Is she being blocked from your...
Yes, I'm afraid that she's either on a different plane of existence or someone is blocking scrying sensors in her area.
Alright, Ori's gonna cast Sending. Where is she? I know you have her, you heinous, backstabbing, evil creature. If you want any hope of seeing me go to my destiny, you tell me. And I think it's obvious who I'm sending to.
After a short moment, Ori will hear the reply from Ursa. "Now, Oriel, I hold all the cards here. So if you want to play a game, you'll have to join it and find us yourself."
What? What does that mean? I forgot. When I send, am I sending my message? Do I have to say it out loud when I'm sending?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so you all heard that. And I'll be like, I'll tell them what she said to me. I don't know what to do. I mean, I've had dreams about that thing telling me to accept my true power. I don't know if that's what she's talking about, but I don't want to do that. And I don't even know what that means. Can you try... I mean, I don't know why we wouldn't be able to try Emma and be able to try Ursa, but...
Yeah.
If I describe her to you, would you be able to try scrying Ursa, Fadra, Earl?
Well, I suppose I could try. Do you have a doll which this Ursa woman also helped sew
Could
up?
I use minor illusion to create a likeness of her?
Yes, you can.
I'll do that. That's the best I can do.
The party waits for another 10 anxious minutes as Varol begins casting scrying once again. However, just like the first time, 10 minutes go by, and Varol says, Well, it appears that the Ursa woman you wanted me to scry is also likely in an area where scrying sensors are blocked and have no effect. That is very curious, as there are not many places as such which have those enchantments. You know, it might seem like a far-fetched theory, but it might be possible that this Ursa woman may be with Emma currently.
Oh, if only I thought of that. They're probably in the Underdark somewhere. Maybe, are there any entrances to the Underdark near Anatoly?
Are you asking Varol this?
Just the group in general, or the GM if I wouldn't have any way of knowing that.
You can make a history check.
But I think she's also thinking out loud, so if anyone else...
Well, Ori got that information about the hideout
Yeah, I see what you're
in Lux. I don't know if Ursa will be there, but we might be able to find out something if she isn't.
Alright, yeah, that's the best we can do, probably. Thank you, Varol, for trying to describe them both.
You are welcome. I'm sorry I was not able to help you find the information you requested.
You know, the king wanted our cooperation. Do we fill him in on this, do you think?
The king? Oh, the king asked about our cooperation? Oh, most certainly. He is a wonderful and well-respected man.
Look to the rest of the party. Let's talk about...
Great, thanks, Varol.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Varol.
we gotta get going.
We'll go do that right now. Maybe. Probably. and then leave, and then look at the rest of the party once we're out of his earshot and be like, but really?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
I won't know.
It's just he's gonna have resources and teleportation circles.
I mean, we have the helm.
Right, 3 times a day at most. Isn't it a 1d4? Or what is it? What is the how many
that's
charges
right.
does it recharge?
Let me double check. It gains 1d3 charges daily at dawn. So why don't you roll for that, Mari?
How many charges we got today? Hey! Nice.
So I could virtually cast divination too. Do we have a good question?
Maybe we should try to see what information we can get from the hideout and then ask a question.
Okay.
Just, get as much information as we can before asking questions that might be answered.
And maybe, I don't know, maybe you're right and we should let the king know. We just, send a courier.
I mean, we could also just send. I can send the king whenever I want now. I have that power. Well, not quite whenever I want. Just. Don't goof, Jacob! You give me too much power! All sending a intellect devourer, all sending the king. No one's safe.
In the meantime, is the party going to send a message or courier to the king?
Maybe not right now. Maybe after we check out the hideout. I think we should get as much
let's check out the hideout
as we can
first
before making decisions.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if we get pulled into it by just going to the hideout, well, we're not going to need his resources anyways, because it's not like the king's are actually willing to help us. The king's are actually willing to help us, and we need backup. So.
It's not like we get anything out of telling the king anything.
Not unless we use get a teleportation circle or something like that. I figure no.
The party, deciding not to inform the king quite yet about their recent events, head to the address which was given to Ash. It is in the eastern part of the North District. As the party heads on over to that house, everyone stands out in front of the front door, and looking at it, it appears that someone, while the door is closed most of the way, it appears that someone broke the door in, as it appears the latch, the doorknob, is broken.
Well,
not again.
We can see what's going on, I suppose. But it seems like someone beat us to the punch.
Yeah. Should we just go in?
Yeah. I'm gonna go up and just kind of slowly push the door in and see if I can see if anyone's in there.
As Ash slowly opens up the door and looks inside, Ash sees the dead bodies of 2 people on the ground. One of them appears to be a red-haired halfling woman. The other appears to be a water genasi man.
Do either of them have any, crescent moon jewelry or tattoos or anything?
Looking at them, both of them do appear to have crescent moon necklaces. And as the party steps in, the party also hears a voice in the basement yell, "Where's Ravon?"
I'm gonna respond, "Coming!"
Can I quickly tell how they died?
Make a medicine check.
And I'm just doing it kind of, since there's other people here, I'm just doing perfunctory level work here. Medicine. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm doing a really bad job.
Miki has no idea how they died, and as Ash walks down the stairs, make an acrobatics check, Ash.
Oh, jeez.
As Ash walks down into the basement, he immediately sees 3 dead bodies on the ground, along with 4 people who all appear to be tied up. What he does not see, however, is the woman standing at the bottom of the stairs who grabs Ash and shoves him up against the wall. But after being suddenly grabbed, he realizes that it is a woman he has not seen before. It's a woman with short black hair. She has black and green tribal tattoos on her arms. Appears her tattoo ink continues up around her neck and onto her chest, although you cannot see any of those tattoos because she's wearing a fur-lined gray vest. Both of her hands are wrapped. Ash can see her knuckles are bloodied from punching. As Ori walks down, Ori sees the pit fighter Kia has Ash held up against one of the walls. Kia will look over surprised at Ori and then ask, "What are you doing here?"
we think these cultists kidnapped a friend of ours. These Umbra cultists. What are you doing here?
I'm looking for someone.
Can you be any more specific? I mean, I gave you a decent amount of detail.
Have you heard the name Rayvon Quixlon?
Yes, I have. I'm trying to remember now. You're trying to remember.
He's like a sorcerer.
Oh, right, the guy with
We
the
ended
cult.
up killing the demon instead.
Oh.
We had that letter about Emma.
The cult fixer.
Yep.
We saw him outside of Anatoly just a few days ago. Is he in Lux now? We fought him, I should say.
Just a few days ago. Is that 3 days ago? How long ago was that?
Alright. How many days ago was it, Jacob?
I need to double check the...
We tell her
in-game
exactly
calendar.
how many days
I
ago
tell
it was.
her.
It
To
would
the
have been
minute.
around. It would have been around 11th, 14th, or 15th of Sunpeak.
It would have been the 15th of Sunpeak, I believe.
Yep, that's what I have in my notes.
And we're on the.
Today is the
20.
22nd.
Yeah, a week ago, I should say.
He will ask, what was he doing outside of Anatoly?
He was waiting for his demonic emissary to return from Prada after impersonating the governor and then subsequently fleeing when we arrived. Not Prada, sorry.
Petra.
Petra. After subsequently fleeing Petra when we arrived and trying to frame us for the murder of the governor, who then agreed to help us try to capture and kill him, but then he teleported away when we engaged him.
So it could be anywhere now.
Okay, I mean, I'm trying to be helpful, but do you know anything about the cult of Umbra? Is the Umbra cult the same as the cult?
No, it appears that the cult of Deshawn actually tried to stop whatever other cult was here. He'll then point over towards a drow woman who's tied up in one of the corners of the basement and say, she's the only one left alive who's not a Deshawn cultist.
So these people are alive in Tashan cultists?
Yeah. As Ori looks over towards those 3 Tashan cultists, it appears that Kia took it upon herself to try to beat information out of all 3 of them.
So Tashan and Umbra cults are clashing. Why are you after the Fixer?
Kia clenches her fists and she takes a deep breath before she says, look, if you can't help me find him, then we're done here.
Hey!
Kia will then walk past everyone. Is Corvus gonna stand at the door?
For a second, and then I'll move out of her way.
She'll give a knowing look towards you, Corvus, which you're not quite sure why, before she leaves.
She is so curt. Is this drow, is she conscious?
She is conscious, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna use sorcery points to cast Detect Thoughts. And I'm gonna say, where is Ursa Fadreth?
The woman does not say anything, Ori, but using your Detect Thoughts, you do see she begins thinking of an underground lair in the Underdark.
Nothing more specific, like where the entrance it is at all?
She's thinking about the lair itself, but not the entrance or any path that leads down to it. No.
How do I find Ursa Fadreth? If I'm a chosen one, you probably should tell me how to find your little special club, right? Isn't that the idea, is to get me involved?
The woman's eyes squint at you, Ori, before they suddenly light up with a knowing look. And then she gives you a very devious smile.
Are there any new thoughts I'm detecting?
Yes, the new thoughts you're detecting is apparently Ursa talking about one of her stepdaughters, specifically
dear.
you.
Oh, dear. Do I see it all what she was saying about me?
You do not know.
I'll put my rapier to her throat. And I'll say, I suggest you say something. For your miserable life.
Even if you kill me, my life won't end by your blade, for I will join Umbra and come back when we cleanse this land of all its evil.
One last time. One last time. How do I find Ursa?
Make a persuasion check, Ori. Or intimidation. I'll let you choose which.
You know, they're the same, so I'm feeling intimidation. Oh, great.
The woman just gives you another devious smile and says, I'm sure you can figure it out, Miss Quay Softthorn. Or should I say, Miss Fa Softthorn?
You'll say neither. She's gonna have to, I just copy pasted the relevant part of detect thought, so she can do her wisdom saving throw. DC, 18? Help.
Finally, in that one in our favor.
Right?
Probing deeper, Ori is able to find the entrance to Ursa's underground lair. It appears that if we go over to the map, the entrance is somewhere northwest of Anatoly.
The name is Orion, and none of you best forget it, in this world or the next. And then I want to slit her throat.
That turned quickly.
With Ori surprisingly killing that cultist, the other 3 beating cultists look a little bit more scared.
I know where they are. Kind of. Better, at least.
Well, do we want to call in the Kingsmen to pick these 3 up?
Not a bad idea, actually. Should we go to Sheth? Maybe they'll let us use the portal to Anatoly if we give them these 3.
Might be a good
Save
time
the
to
hell.
let the king in on tell Sheth to tell the king.
Do any of the bodies down here have the crescent moon necklace on?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
And did she have anything that might help us?
The woman, it appears she had a tattoo of the crescent moon on her left wrist, and the Gith man here had a crescent moon tattoo on his chest.
I'm just looking to see if anybody has a necklace that I can take.
You know, the 2 people on the first floor
Okay.
both had necklaces.
I'll make sure I grab one of those, just in case we need to try to sneak into the entrance to the cave or something. Might come in handy.
Ori's gonna toss her bloodied rapier to the floor, and she's gonna summon a new one with her hacked of the blade feature, and it looks very similar, but it's a little bit more ornate, and the hand guard actually has kind of a tiered triangular petals kind of coming down around her hand that, as it kind of solidifies out of mist, this weapon. It looks like the corners of a jester hat coming around the hand guard, and still has the black and white blade. And she'll put that one in her sheath and just stick this other rapier into this woman's chest, and walk upstairs.
Mickey, you want to help get these people upstairs so we can take them to the lawmaster?
We can just leave them here, right, and tell them where to find them.
Yeah.
Well, that too, but I don't know.
Do we want to check upstairs real quick?
I didn't know if we were going there or not, but
Well, that's where the teleportation circle is, so...
I mean, if we're already going there, we can just bring them with us.
No.
Okay. This sounds like a pain.
Yeah, we'll let them. They'll want to check out the place anyways.
We should check out the upstairs first, real quick, I think. Just in case there's anything out there.
I'll head upstairs.
With the party heading upstairs and investigating the rooms there appears to be 3 bedrooms, but as the party looks around, the party does not actually see anything of note. It appears that several of the papers were rummaged through, as it appears someone was trying to find information on something.
Probably Kia. Or the Cult of Deshaun.
Okay.
Is the party gonna head to the armory then?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second while I move your tokens again.
Are we taking the prisoners or not?
No.
That's my next question.
I think. Well, I don't think so. I think we just tell them tell Sheth where they are.
How well were they tied up?
They are tied up very well, however, they'd still probably easily be able to at least jump up and waddle their way out of the house.
All right, fine.
Because the
Well, we
front
could
door
use the
was
immovable
smashed
rod.
in.
Could we use the immovable rod just to, like, keep them all pinned to the ground?
Then we gotta come back anyway to get the rod.
Yeah.
True. You know what? Okay, fine. We'll take the cultists
Alright.
with us, I guess.
Yeah, I'll grab one.
I've got one.
As the party leads the 3 living cultists out of the house, they only make it about 2 steps before they hear a voice yell, "Hey, stop! Freeze, what you doing?" As they look over, there are 2 Kingsmen who are running over to you. As they ask,
Oh great, you came to us.
Perfect.
what's going on here? Why do you have these people tied up?
We're
These are
bringing these
cultists.
cultists to the armory for Sheth.
We assume that'll be of some interest to you?
When the people tied up, saying, "Oh, thank Deo, the Kingsmen are here, please, they're gonna sell us into slavery, we've done nothing wrong."
What?
Literally got the cult symbol on him.
Look, just bring us to Sheth. But I would recommend not untying these folks, they're just gonna run off.
Make a persuasion check, Ori.
But if you do, it's on you.
The Kingsmen will look at one another before they start whispering, but as they do, the party sees there are a couple other Kingsmen wandering by who will run up, wondering what's going on. And after the 2 of them also join a conversation, one of the Kingsmen will run off. At this point, the Kingsman says, "Let's have everyone just get back in the house until we figure this out."
Fine, whatever.
While we're waiting there, I'm just gonna send on the sending stone to knock and just say, the cult's hideout is northwest of Anatoly, and the leader's name is Ursa. If they didn't know, I'll just keep it short and sweet.
Nock will quickly reply back, "That is good to know. Thank you for actually using your said given item. We'll probably be in touch." As the party waits, they're waiting around 10 minutes. Whoops. No, I copied the wrong thing.
Oh.
Oh. Oh no!
Suddenly more
of us.
doppelgangers appear. As the party is waiting 10 minutes, it quickly turns to 15. As the party is getting restless, everyone suddenly sees the tall, plate armor wearing orc, Sheth, walk into the house. After he sees the cultists, who will look at the party and ask, "Let's take this outside."
Great.
As they all step out into the city of Lux, Sheth will lead the party into an alley where there's a little more privacy from the prying eyes of the people wandering by in the city streets. And Sheth will just let out a little sigh and say, "So, what kind of trouble do you find yourself in today?"
Well, I don't think we're in any trouble at all, but we got a tip that there were some cultists in this hideout here, and we came to investigate, and we found a few of them dead and a few of them tied up.
There's a little bit of a clarification to be made about the nature of the cults. There's actually 2. One of
2?
Tashan, one of the archdemon Umbra, and they are actually at odds with each other. It is the Umbra cult that currently has Emma and wants to use her powers to precipitate another fracture war in full. We were hoping to be able to use your teleportation circle to get back to Anatoly, since we believe their hideout is near the city.
Sheth will look at you for a moment, not saying anything. It appears he's still comprehending what you told him, but eventually he'll say, "Using the teleportation circle again can be arranged."
The leader of the cult of Umbra is Ursa Fadrath. Was a upstanding member of Foss Canyon for some years.
I'm not familiar with that name. How do you know her?
Misfortune, mostly.
Ori, make a deception check.
The truth.
I mean, lying by omission, pretty big omission of some key details on their relationship.
I mean, I think it's obvious she's being cagey. I don't know.
Sheth will nod and not press further, but he will say, "I'm sure your next question is going to be potentially requesting help, but I'm afraid with... There are a lot of people worried about, as the king did finally announce last night, of the second impending fracture war. And while I'm afraid we're a little short on bodies at the moment, but I will let you use our teleportation circle to travel to Anatoly to speed up your travels."
Honestly, that was all we were hoping for. We're aware of the impending announcement?
Sheth will nod and
he
say,
made it last night, or he decided
yes, it was last night.
Oh, we're aware of the announcement then, sorry.
Ori, did you say your sister was also a chosen one? In your
Looks at
vision?
Ash with just the most exasperated expression on my face.
No, I'm just asking because your family was headed towards Anatoly, which is where the hideout is. That's why I'm asking.
No, she was exasperated because you were talking about it in front of Sheth.
Yeah.
Well,
Sheth will look back and forth between Ash and Ori, waiting for one of them to clarify the question that was just asked.
Can we send people back through the portal who need protection from the cult of Umbra?
How many people?
Who?
Make a
Oh, we don't
persuasion
really
check,
know.
Ori. Sheth will say, I'm afraid if they're not actively on a Kingsman mission or a war-related encounter, I'll have to decline that request.
It's war related because my sister and I are people of interest to the cult in precipitating this war.
Well, Anatoly still has a large number of Kingsmen, which were there to try to help prevent Emma from escaping. There's still a lot there to help with the aftermath, so Anatoly is probably one of the safest places she can be right now.
Yeah, that worked out real well, didn't it?
Well, can your sister open up fractures?
Honestly, I don't know what my sister can do.
Well, I'm afraid unless she commits a crime so severe, the Kingsmen feel the need to transfer her to Lux's armory's cells. You'll have to find some other way of getting her here.
Fine.
Now, would you like to update the king on the information you uncovered, or would you like me to relay the information to him?
I'm afraid time is of the essence. If you wouldn't mind passing along the information, unless you think it necessary, we do it in person.
I can relay your updates.
Thank you.
Sheth will give a nod to you, Mari, and say, well, let's head to the armory then.
Hey.
With the party heading back to the armory in Lux, use the teleportation circle to travel to Anatoly again for the second day in a row. We're going to end the episode here. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We will see you next week.